Hello friends, Jennifer Pearson back with another Screensaver spread. So this one was showing the Petrified forest. I don't know if it's a national park, national monument, something in Arizona. And that struck me as provocative, something being petrified. So I have, what do I have? 5 questions? Do I really have 5 questions? Okay. We're going to jump right in. What part of me is petrified? And petrified, I mean solidified, not petrified as in frightened. And I got temperance. No more mixing, no more chemistry. It's interesting that temperance comes up because you've got the iris there as plant matter that is growing as a result of this combination of earth and water. So the plants are featured particularly in this card in the tarot, which I don't feel that of a lot of cards are representative of one of the primary meanings of the cards. And in this one, they are.
And so I'm going to take it to kind of mean this, that that kind of growth has stopped, which is actually even part of the questions. You know, and I'm going to do a because, a why, which I didn't put as one of my questions. Because I don't have the proper ingredients. So I feel like it's something that I could change. I don't know that I could reverse what is petrified, but somehow or either that or it means that what is petrified is the ability to supply myself with what I need for growth, for continued growth. Now, it could be very mundane also, and it's been years now since I've done any gardening, and that is because of, health issues. Temperance can also be seen as a card of healing. It can also be seen as a card of strength, in that, I sometimes take it similar, and I've seen decks take this, put this emphasis on it in the image that they provide, similar to the tempering of metal, in that it is the tempering, the combining of something with the base metal that makes it stronger. So I feel like it's not a thing that has petrified, but a process that has petrified. So curious, so very interesting. All right, so what has replaced the organic matter? So in petrification of something organic, and I didn't look this up right before, so this is like high school knowledge kind of thing, is that the organic matter is replaced with minerals. And why that results in the thing actually keeping its form is a little mysterious to me, but there you go. So this is my question. What has replaced the organic matter, that which made it alive and growing? Oh, pain. So, yeah, 3 of Swords. And so I've come to see, do we have 3 different swords? We do have distinctly in this deck 3 different swords in the heart. So I've come to think of this with
swords being associated with thoughts and air. In this case, I think it would be less speech. That it is painful thoughts or painful ideas. So it's really weird that I would think that the reason for this to stop would have been this, but the question is really what has replaced the organic matter. So you go from growth to kind of petrified pain. And in some ways, this having a swords card in this position makes a lot of sense, because that's what the swords are, right? They are the opposite of organic. Even if they are metal, metal comes from the earth, but it's not living, growing material. It's metal. Very interesting. This is more interesting, actually, than I thought it would be. I thought this one might just kind of fall flat immediately, and I might not even put it up on the on YouTube here. So what was beautiful about the part of my this part of myself while it was organic and growing? So what was beautiful, valuable? In a sense, I don't really have to ask that question for this, but it's one of the questions I came up with, and I think it's a valid one. So again, what was beautiful about this part of myself while it was organic and growing? We have the Four of Swords, and to me what comes up with that is rejuvenation, that there was the potential, even with the Four of Swords, even if embattled, like if we think of a tree, if it's, I probably should have, why didn't I use my tree tarot? I should have done that, tarot of trees. But in any case, I see this as, even a tree that has lost limbs, I don't know, I think splitting kind of is the end of a tree, but trees can suffer a lot. And various other plants can, be pruned back to the ground, and the roots are still there, and they still grow back. So I'm going to say, the potential for recovery, the potential for recovery is what was beautiful about this process that has petrified. And there's some truth about this in my health, in terms of one of the ways I have expressed my current circumstances to some other people as different from prior times is that I feel like I have lost resilience. Somewhere along the line, it could just be aging, that my ability to recover is impeded somehow, or just isn't what it used to be. It's an old bouncy ball. It just doesn't recover so much anymore. So what is beautiful about it in petrified form? Because of course petrified wood is beautiful in its own right. Isn't this is so? It has become the earth. King of Pentacles. So it's kind of funny to me, that some literal things are coming up, with the swords being inorganic and the pentacles also being inorganic. We're not seeing wands here. The King of Cups. So what is beautiful about it? I'm going to think of this as a different form of strength, actually. Because certainly we can see the King of Pentacles as strong. Here he is very kind of square featured, and you've got those bulls. And so they're... And the Suit of Pentacles is also about establishing things that are permanent. So, and I feel too with that Taurus energy, they're, stationary, very stationary. So there's something here kind of about power, solidity, persistence. Very interesting. Okay. Last question. Why was it important? Okay, I didn't ask any whys, but the last one is a why. Why is it important to preserve it in petrified form instead of letting it disappear? And here we have the Lover's card, which I won't show up close because there are dangly parts. So it's, again, super curious because here we have, again, the combining of two things. This is the Temperance card I'm pointing at that you can't see. I guess I should move these all over. This is about combining things. This is also about bringing things together. Angels in both of them. So an outside influence, potentially bringing the two things together. The difference here is that, so I'm just starting to think about the difference between the Temperance card and the Lover's card. And when you, in Temperance, she's combining two liquids, and two liquids blend together most of the time, right? If they're not oil and water. I'm assuming that her intention is to blend them together, and that can create a new solution that has completely new characteristics. Whereas this, and so this whole thing could just be kind of about, as opposed to my health, kind of being just about adaptability, which, as I get older, I can see that I'm not as fluid. I am more, this is the way I am, and that's the way it is, and good luck moving me. And so again, we have, with fluids, with liquid, we have it combining and creating something new, like a new solution, a solution that is a blend of the two. Whereas that doesn't really happen unless you're doing reproduction, and even that is not the two people becoming something new, it's them creating something new. Whereas to me, this is the two things actually becoming one thing that is something new. And so this almost, with the Lovers then as physical material, two people coming together and yet never blending completely, being separate, in fact. Being separate but unified. Separate but unified. So very interesting. So the reason that it's important to preserve it, I don't feel like completely clear about it, is that there is a new way to combine. In other words, the story really hasn't ended yet. Even if it feels like it, even if it's petrified, there's still another sort of union that could occur and be productive in its own way. So interesting. I've never, kind of looked at Temperance and the Lover's card and compared them in that way, and I'm sure there are other ways to compare them. One is that this one appears to be earth and fire, whereas this one is water and earth. So there you go. I think I would, and I'll probably rewrite this myself. I think I would put another position right here after the first one. What part of me is petrified? I think I probably would put one in there that is, why did it become petrified, or why did it die and become petrified? So curious. Yeah, let me know if you do a video about this. And in any case, I hope you found this interesting. And carry on. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.